Alright, so here we are finally for the last episode of the Gravedigger build. This is a project that's been going on for a number of months, and originally it was just going to be an upgraded Stampede, and it just rolled into a complete build from ground up for a Gravedigger. So in this episode I'm going to be showing you the last components that will pretty much finish off the project, and beyond this point the only thing you're going to see is a very short or running video. So what components have I got now to complete the truck? One of the things that I should have bought pretty much early on are the rear axle carriers for the Stampede. These are in green and come with the matching ball bearings. Something that I'm actually going to try out are these hardened steel hinge pins. They've got little locking nuts. I've seen a couple of people use these before and they seem to be pretty good. So I'm going to try them out on this build and just see how they go. A brand new receiver box. There's nothing really wrong with the old one, but because everything on the truck is pretty much new, I figured why have an old plastic piece that really doesn't cost very much. So I decided to get a new one. Finally, we have hardened steel STRC steel drive shafts. These should be very, very good, and a nice little upgrade from the plastic ones that come with the Gravedigger. And last but not least, I have the motor. Now, a lot of people have been curious about what motor I was getting for this truck. I even asked for some suggestions in previous videos, but I actually decided to pick it myself. I wanted something that had some green that would match the truck. I didn't want to get anything that was orange or any of the blue sort of motors out there like the VXL stuff. So I decided to go with something a little bit different, and it's probably a lesser known brand. This one here is the Enix motor system. This is a censored motor, so it's actually got a little plug at the back there for your sensor. I think this will be a nice little addition. Retails on eBay for around about $115. It has a programming USB cable. Comes with usually bits and pieces, shrink tubing, even has plugs in there, which is fantastic. Double-sided tapes and some zip ties, and of course you have the ESC in here, which I'll have to wire up. And this guy is 120 amp, fully programmable as well, so it should really work very well with the truck. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how it performs. And last but not least, there's an instruction manual on the bottom of the box. Nothing too special there. So enough talking, let's put the rest of the truck together and come back and I'll review the finished product. Well, here it is, guys, the final product. This is the completed Gravedigger with all the final upgrades finally installed. Basically, we have our brushless motor already wired up. We've got our steel drive shafts in there, the rear aluminium axle carriers are in there. I also had another part turn up while I was doing the build that I'd forgotten about, and it was these little steering links. They're brand spanking new. I got them in as well. So you can see here we've still got all our stainless steel screws running through the bottom of the truck, and pretty much everywhere there are stainless steel screws all over the place on this truck. There's really nothing here that was originally from the Stampede. I suppose the only two things that don't really matter now are the servo saver and the gears inside the transmission, but I've actually got another servo saver coming for the Stampede to finish that off. And I've already bought a new transmission, like a fully assembled transmission with all the gears and everything to put the Stampede back together. So this is all now 100% Gravedigger. There's really nothing here from the original truck, but I'm pretty happy with the end result. I mean, I'll give you guys a bit of a peek inside how the wiring and everything sort of turned out. You can see I've mounted my on and off switch just on top of the receiver box there, so that's a brand new box. We've got our ESC really nicely mounted where the old one was. We've got the little capacitor type thing over on the side. You can also see that there's no plug for the sensor from the motor to the ESC. Didn't actually come in the box. I believe that's actually a separate purchase. A little bit disappointed with that. I thought it would have come with it, but nevertheless it still works fine. I have tested it, it's all good. So that is pretty much the completed product. Black steering servo at the front from an earlier update. Looks fantastic and works really well. We've got our hardened steel STRC hinge pins mounted on the front there. all our stainless steel screws and everything all over the truck. Looks fantastic. I'm really happy with the end result. It has been a very long build, only because I really haven't pushed it. I haven't really focused on it. Future builds that I'm going to do are going to be a little more focused. I'm going to try and do them in a shorter time span so that you guys can stay updated a little bit more regularly. This was something that I sort of started in the background and I decided to bring onto the camera and feature it on the channel. So you know, future builds are going to be a little bit different. Now, I'm not going to go into all the parts that are featured on the truck. There's no point in me doing that. What I am going to do is try to list as many as I can in the video description, so you guys can go and check that out. Just look up the video description. You'll see a lot of the part numbers that I used and the description of what they are. I'm pretty much going to leave it here. We're just going to finish off this video now with a very quick run of the truck. It's going to be just a mild run, guys. I'm not here to test the truck out. As I said from the very beginning that I started building this truck, it's going to be a bit of a shelf queen, but I do want to run it at least once and show you all how it goes. I'll leave you to it. Thank you very much for watching. Please be sure to hit the like button before you go, and if you haven't subscribed, please make sure you do. Thanks again, and I'll speak to you guys next time.